The Supreme Court leak, it's big, is just the latest distraction from the bigger issues facing the country. And now we're learning that one of the reasons to distract is the widening scandal of Hunter Biden and the evidence that is piling up showing that he was, in fact, paying his father, President Joe Biden, sometimes as much as half of his haul on lucrative, shady deals involving foreign countries like Ukraine and Russia and China. It's all there for everyone to see now. So the scandals involving the Biden cartel are getting bigger by the day, and it appears that the amount of money funneled to Joe, the president, far more than we had learned before. Listen to this.
The weekend, we learned that Hunter's lucrative business dealings often included giving as much as 50% of his earnings to his dad, President Joe Biden, according to text messages on the old laptop.
The text read, quote, "I hope you all can do what I did and pay for everything for this entire family for 30 years, Hunter allegedly said to his daughter Naomi in 2019. Quote, "It's really hard, but don't worry. Unlike Pop, I won't make you give me half your salary." Pop is in reference to the president.
The president of the United States getting half. That scandal is not going away. But that is not what has Americans outraged today at President Biden and his useless administration. No, what people are growing ever more outraged by, skyrocketing prices of everything, and the feeling that it's all about to get a whole lot worse. First of all, let me tell you this. I told you I would tell you the gas prices today have reached all-time new records, shooting up another 4 cents overnight. Make that 5. Our price of gasoline today on the national average is $4.37. $4.37 is the national average for gasoline. Diesel setting an all-new record high again today for, it's been every day for a lot. I've lost track. 10, maybe 12 days in a row, diesel has set all-new record highs. We're at $5.55, the national average for diesel across this country. And as you know, diesel impacts everything you do because diesel locomotives and 18-wheelers, that's their lifeblood. So these prices have everybody's attention. It's not going to be about abortion. It's not going to be about the Biden scandals, though we should talk about that whenever we can. It's going to be about the incredibly failed economic policies of this administration that they continue to try to blame on others. They take no responsibility for themselves. They have no plan to curb it. They're excited when they heard that 2/3 of Americans now are changing their driving habits because gas is so expensive. This makes them happy. And Jen Psaki among those trying to sell the same old snake oil and the same old lies about how Russia's invasion created this inflation explosion. It's flat out false, but it's all they've got. Listen.
We know if we look at the recent inflation data, depending on which data you look at, 2/3 to even 70% of inflation data is a result of energy prices. A large part of that is the result, and Chairman Powell has spoken to this, and Secretary Yellen has also spoken to this, as a result of President Putin's invasion of Ukraine and the impact on the global energy markets. Those are all steps and impacts that I don't think anyone could have predicted a year ago.
What we could and did predict a year ago was the assault on American energy would have a negative impact on American citizens. We said that from day one when the Keystone XL pipeline was hatcheted on day one by this reckless administration in pursuit of some green new utopia. The fact of the matter is Joe's magical train rides came with diesel fuel. Remember his 10 billion miles that he rode before he drove the 18-wheeler, or was that after? I get confused. Not as much as, hey, Joe, get my 18-wheeler. Yeah, okay, Joey. Maybe Corn Pop can come smooth your leg hair down. The fact of the matter is these people are an absolute train wreck. An absolute train wreck. Here's another example. In Michigan, another key swing state, getting hammered, abused like everyone everywhere else by Joe Biden's inflation, the cost of gas, a daily reminder to them. Listen to this.
Overnight, Michigan set another new record, and it's coming just ahead of the busy summer driving season.
Now, AAA says the current statewide average for a gallon of regular unleaded sits at $4.33. That's up 27 cents from last Monday. Drivers are now paying an average of $64 to fill up a 15-gallon tank. A year ago, prices were under $3 a gallon.
Now remember, I asked you to do one thing for me here on the 21st of January, 2021. I did that. The price of gasoline at my local station was $2.25. And where I am now, it's going to be higher. So it's $2.12 a gallon higher than it was the day that Joe Biden took office. $2.12 a gallon higher. If you get 20 miles to the gallon, right? And you use 1,000 gallons a year, that's $2,120. If you use 1,000 gallons a year, so if you drive 20,000 miles, because you get 20 miles a gallon, let's say you've got a truck, trucks get a little less than that, actually. We'll just go with that. You're going to pay an extra $2,120 this year. These pain scales you're seeing, well, the average American will pay more than $700 more. That's if you're filling a 15-gallon tank. I don't have a 15-gallon tank. People that drive Suburbans, Tahoes, pickup trucks, Navigators, even Explorers, all of those vehicles have gas tanks bigger than 15 gallons. So if you got a 20-gallon tank, the price of filling it up just went up $45. $45 more every time you fill it up. And that's just the beginning of the problems, because it's diesel fuel that will punish all of us. It's diesel fuel that will continue to punish all of us, because that's how freight is moved in this country. Freight, all freight. Fruits, vegetables, products you find at the big box stores, all of it. All of it. Pushed by diesel fuel all over this country. And this administration doesn't care. They don't care about the folks. Who's looking out for the folks? Who's looking out for you? That's the question you have to ask. And when you go to the polls in November, who's looking out for you? Not some weak-willed Republican and not some Democrat. Vote for tough-minded politicians with spines of steel. That's what it's going to take. Because the outrage on the left is only going to ratchet up. The threats, the intimidation, the violence. Oh, there'll be more of it. We'll take a break. We'll talk about it here on the Steve Gruber Show.